Alright, I'm back. Part 2 is scaling from my verse. This video is going to be entirely devoted to Animal Kingdom. And also with this speech segment from before cut off, people like Green Flash and some other speeches will be MFTL Plus. Because they outland like Yite in like the final movie. And like they said 3 picoseconds, we had to travel thousands of feet. Calculated that would get 6.5 billion times faster than Yite. So yeah, MFTL plus. Imagine the base forms and regard forms should become 100 times faster. And 10 times faster in their weights. That's just how speedsters work. So 6.5 trillion times faster than 8. So yeah. But now for Animal Kingdom characters. By the way, here's the tier list of all of them. Again, it's not all of them, but I used to start. Yes, these are actually Animal Kingdom videos, so being comics. Don't have all of them. All the videos, obviously, but at the start. Just so I can scale them 2 ways in power, I'll start with first, slightly more consistent way. Starting off, all these animals, like, start off at the beginning of the series, we're finding like dragons and dinosaurs and stuff, which are obviously be like small building to building level at least. But these dragons, at the very first scene we have of the dragon, blasts apart a huge chunk of the road, which due to the size of these creatures should get into like, the building, to yards building, possibly city block winds as a power. They can all, even while being untrained and teenagers, can take a bit of fire or blast from dragons to the yards building to city block level. Our ends, like medium-sized dinosaurs like Allosaurus are usually able to bust through houses. Well, they'd normally be like a small building to building level feet. But keep in mind, these animals are massive. Like the 3 that you see on screen right now is 20 to 30 feet tall or long. So yeah. These houses are like anywhere from like 50 to 70 feet tall. So busting through that house that easily leads again to the city block plus and the power. And they can all take lamps from a more powerful version with power later on. But where are you city block level plus? And like Velociraptors is pretty much like the weakest dinosaurs on the planet. Yeah, they're aliens. They come from another planet and they eventually make it to Earth, by the way. Even Velociraptors is able to like smash through walls and stuff, which would be small building to building level due to the size of these walls. And even while being untrained at the very beginning, they can take on 3 to 4 Utahraptors each, which is 5 times stronger than the Velociraptor. So that's more city block of a skill for them. So for the pathetic stuff out of the way, let's go to the higher ends. For the higher ends, Skylar, which is the bear you see on screen right now, was able to take a blast from Salvage, a T-Rex, works with his fire breath, and see, it hit a mountain while he was getting blasted away, and it blasted apart the entire mountain. That mountain took up half of the island there, or it blew up 139 square miles. All of it is gone. And C survived that while already being weakened with like minor burns. So that gets up to 1.52 gigatons of yards mountain level. So yeah. Well, pretty impressive. And then later on, they all unlock their powers there. Well, after training with Fox, obviously. With her powers, Sky was able to quintuple her power. So everyone else should be able to as well. By the way, you've had to 5 times power up. So that'll be 7.6 gigatons of island level. By the way, C is the weakest of the main 5, which consists of the 5 on screen right now. So this will all be in the yards mountain to island levels of power, possibly higher. By the start of the franchise. Which is the youngest one I have. And for later on in the series, actually just earlier in the Soleon, we have them easily taking on the first form, like purple dog, like demon thingy. It's kind of a collab, also kind of not, from one of my other fun series. That dog is powered by some like Dark Energon ripoff stuff. With each rapid Dark Energon in this planet, I'll just call it that, has the power of like hyper eruptions, which you see hypernated volcanoes, which is like dozens of times more powerful than a normal volcano blast. Each blast is more powerful than a standard Earth blast because these ones are bigger. The Earth blast is 500 megatons of mountain level. They say these are twice more powerful. Those times of that by at least a dozen. That's island level. Then he's powered by Dark Energon is powered by is at like 3 to 4 times as strong. So let's just say 4. So deep into island level. Then with using her powers, Red is equal to him at 35%. Scar is equal to him at 35% of her power. So she's equal to like the yards island ranges of power later on. With that scaling at 100%. And against these weakest, all of them would be yards island level. At this point, Polar Express for Polar Bear becomes the strongest. So the higher ends in the next series, they fight against the Death Droid, which is basically something that the government made them after they crashed on Earth to try to kill these animals since they're a threat. And the Death Droid has some interesting stats. It's stated that each one of his casual punches is equal to 90,000 megatons. A full power punch, 90 million. And like in between with just normal boosters, 900 to 5,000. So that's 90 gigatons, 900 to 5 gigatons, and 90 teratons. So island plus to country plus basically. Then they all fight him originally and get their butts kicked. But the force of taking with each punch, all of them should be anywhere from like small country level to large country level. So yeah, pretty good. And then here they have like Zinkai boosts, like whip off stuff, where they can each get a boost. They each boost themselves multiple times in the series, especially Polar Express. So those boosts, each one of the first 4 should be continental. While the Polar Bears should get into like the multi-continental ranges, so like even like Moon to small planetary even. Because he takes like almost 20 of them. With each one heals him up to full power and then times his full power by 2 to 4. So yeah. I would say probably Moon level for him. By the way, these 5 I'm keep on talking about is just mid-tiers here. So that's basically where they should cap. I'm going to cause the rest of the franchise to take more boost. All the rest, Forever Force would be multi-continental, or Polar Express would be like up to Dwarf Star level even. Then, so yeah. But for higher ends, you can scale them for the first ever feat shown in the franchise, which basically a meteor hitting the planet, which is said to be several times more powerful than the permanent extinction event. Which, if we just assume that's as powerful as that, so I think some places calculate that to be I use like small country to even like continental to multi-continental. I'll use 5.1 petitons here to multi-continental. And even weak members there, like even weak dinosaurs, like the Velociraptors, basically the most fodderous of fodder beings here, survive that, so that's multi-continental. They can take on 3 to 4 Utahraptors at a time, so 15 to 20 Velociraptors. So they're all multi-continental before training, get 10 times stronger training, 5 times more powerful for powers. So they're multi-continental plus before they even arrive on Earth. After all the Zenkai boost. Scour's multi-continental plus in their base, Moon level with their powers, and everyone else is Moon level. And then small planetary when they're enraged. And then Polar Express, since he actually takes dozens upon dozens of them across the entire franchise, he'll get from small to star level in space, and yard star when he's enraged. So yeah. By the way, with their powers, the dolphin and Yellow Bear, Yightming, wolf and dog, wind, and then the polar bear, earth. Don't actually pick earth instead of ice, I just feel like it. And then we have another being, Skittles, which is the antagonist for like the first half of the franchise. So yeah. He got hit point blank with that meteor at the start, and it just pissed him off after waking him up from his nap. So he's like, he's multi-continental. But for higher ends in waste off a planet, a meteor shower and one massive meteor in it. It's going to hit the planet, destroying everything. It says it's going to wipe out all the iPhone planet, which is continental, but in the comics, it says it will destroy the planet, so that's planetary. And Skittles with his super breath, super acid breath, really, which kind of his power, who destroys it. So that's a small planetary, because that takes out 1/4 of his power, and that should be up to planetary. The higher ends, his beam class for Deathray, which was another machine the government used. It used 1 month of the sun's power in every beam it shot, which is planetary ends of power. He beam classed it, making it more powerful while it expanded with a beam class of his breath. So basically, I calculated his breath to be up to 165 zetatons with that beam class, so planetary after he expanded it. Times that up by 4, he'd be up to 660 zetatons, or just higher to planetary. With his base, they could get him higher because he's said to be able to destroy his entire planet net by himself on the surface. Even destroying Earth on the surface is a large planetary feat, and this planet is 25% bigger and 10 times as dense as Earth, so that will be a large planetary dot, probably dwarf Star level. And we scale him above Polar Express since he can easily beat him, and that's stronger than their entire team at once, even before he joins them. He'll be dwarf star level, and a way to be yard star. And the other ones like Shoro, which is a Shorafaganax, which the scale slightly below Skittles, since he's slightly below Force 5, but slightly below Skittles. So it's still yard star. Our Swords, as wind powers, will be relative to Scour and Rex, the Bear and Wolf. So more than continental plus to moon level to possibly small planetary. Basically, with the high ends here, everyone you see in the low tier here is just at max skill to the meteor and be able to kill like a few velociraptors maybe. So basically, they're all here multi-continental until you get to the Fox and Scorpion, which is basically those 5 trainers that was stronger than them on the stronger planet, so moon level. And then for Octo, despite how I made a video that he beat everyone quite easily, in canon, he's actually weaker than Red Skylar in his base. And in his Yiming form, he gets twice as powerful, basically when you flip him around. But he's still weaker, if not max equal to Skylar, so multi-continental there. And he gets to moon level when enraged. And higher with 2 more of his forms, so we get to Rosator. And basically stuff like Pikayax, Pikafluff, Pikazard will be in between his basic Yiming forms, so multi-continental for them. Evil Octo, because he's Shadow Octo, that appears like near the end. In fact, at the end of the franchise, is basically a Dark Octo, but much stronger. Stronger than Polar Express, so like smartest star to even star level, since he beats up base Polar Express. Polar Express actually gets weapons later and beats him, but base Polar Express he's stronger than. So I would say in between small and yard star level. Now for Red, a Red Panda obviously, we'll go the bottom of the high tier. He's stronger than Sad Octo, and actually beat up Polar Express when she got mad before. So I would say star level for her. Her ice power is usually able to freeze over planets and tectonic plates. So multi-continental small planetary stuff. Even destroyed a planet before, which is in between the size of Earth and Neptune. So I say planetary plus with her just powers they own. And star level with her actual physical power. So yeah. Skittles also going to the high tier, but much higher than her. Yards, dinosaurs like T-Rex, Giganosaurus, and Spinosaurus to go here as well. Polar Express, after getting a Kong rip-off type axe, would have beat him. So would have beat Red. So he's stronger than her, barely. So star level, then he gets a whip-off Beechcraft thingy, which makes him stronger, so yard star. Possibly. Yard Star when awaits, definitely. Galaxy Octo, just a power up of Octo, would have been a bit stronger than Skittles, not significantly, but a bit stronger. I say enough at he should be Yard Star in base. But I did calculate his power and it got up to Yard Star level. Like, not even being a weight, he's equal to over 1,000 quintatons just by existing, and even higher to Yard Star level when he's powered up. So yeah, 13,600 kilotons to be exact. Windblock was more powerful. I calculated him to be anywhere from 3.98 to 4.12 foes. So that's Yard Star level plus when enraged, which is again another power up of Octo. Drowny, which is the main villain of Octo's own movie, has 3 forms: base equal to Foxy, so Moon. Even though he's only said to be able to bury Whip apart for surface of a planet, is more to Continental. And his mecha form is said to possibly be able to whip out open the moon, so as a moon level. And in his Galjon form, which is basically super mecha, he should be around small planetary max on the weight. In the king tier, I have the Ender Dragon, which basically Skittles' pet. As stronger than Galaxy Octo, but weaker than Rainbow, so Yard Star level. Then we have Salvage, the T-Rex again, which is stronger than Skittles, plus the other 5 members of our team combined. We also get Yeda members of their own team, Yeda Arm, but they're all kind of pathetic. So they're very multi-continental, to multi-continental plus and enraged. Salvage will get into the Yard Star, wins the power, because he's stronger than a Rainbow Octo, that gets up to 4.12 foes, and being stronger than the Ender Dragon, as I calculated to be 10 times stronger than Skittles. So, yeah. I'll keep him in the Yard Star ranges of power. Base, then 10 times stronger in the raids. I calculated him to be up to, 200 plus foes. 105.6, actually. So, Solar System level. Dominus Rex also be this high. Deathjoy to be just under at 1.7 foes. It's actually 1.32 to 2.62 foes, actually. So, Yard Star level plus. He also powered by, he gets his high being powered by 5 whole years of his sun's energy, which gets up to small star level. Yard planetary, if you count Avenger that hits Earth, but from the sun's core. Yard small star level, and the actual power, scaling upwards, Yard Star. And then at the top of the king tier, we have the Queen Dragon and Great Guardian, Giant Snake and Giant Dragon. Dragon comes from another dimension, when they go to in a series. They can go either way, but that dragon would be at Yeast, Yard Planetary, because she can destroy her own dimension kind of easy, which is the size of Jupiter. But she can get to Solar System level from scaling above Salvage, from being equal to the Great Guardian. Great Guardian is said to be near a Solar System buster, but Solar System level